Inherited IRA stretch. You know, I really want to take a minute and go through this maybe a little bit slower than I normally would. And, you know, I want to tell you the power of the stretch IRA. You're going to find that there are a lot of people that we do business with, a lot of our prospects are savers. They've worked hard saving, acquiring their assets. They really understand the value of a dollar. They understand inflation. They've gone through some very difficult times. They've seen good times in the market. They've seen bad. They've seen high interest rates back in the 80s. They've seen low interest rates today. And what they understand today and what they see is the younger generation that, you know, basically a lot of younger generation people today do not know the value of a dollar. They are spendthrifts. And what I want to do is take a minute right here and tell you a little bit about why I think this is so strong, because of my own personal situation. The way I have my estate structured, me and my wife have a trust. And inside this trust, basically, I know my verbiage may not be exactly correct, but for, you know, explaining this to you all for educational purposes, you know, I have an islet. And if something happens to me and my wife today, you know, there's enough life insurance there to be able to protect my daughter, give her an education. There's enough money if something happens to me that my wife will be taken care of. And so, you know, upon my demise, I have got my family taken care of. I have created an estate. And then I have my retirement accounts. And on my retirement accounts, I have it set up to where if something was to happen to me and my wife, my daughter, up to a certain age, cannot get the IRA accounts. And the reason I wanted to do this is because my daughter today is 16. I do not know if she will end up in a bad marriage. I do not know if there will be dysfunctional situations. You know, I hope that will not happen. But for me, I wanted to have the peace of mind to know that my daughter, as she grew older, would not have to worry about taking care of herself. So I have structured our retirement accounts to where, upon my demise, the IRAs, there will be set up an inherited IRA trust. And so with an IRA trust, it has allowed me to have peace of mind to make sure my daughter has enough income to last her over her lifetime expectancy. And so you're going to find a lot of prospects today that really want to make sure that their children will have enough money to last them for the rest of their lives. So in this overview right here, you know, for me, why an inherited stretch IRA is because it provides peace of mind while someone's alive, and it also provides a legacy to someone heirs. It also will, you know, there also will be some huge tax savings because you have money growing at a rate of return, and you also are able to take that money and spread it over the lifetime expectancy of an heir's age. And so there's a huge power here in this illustration that you're getting ready to see. So let's look at this here. So let's just take the taxes. Let's take an IRA of $100,000, and upon demise, the beneficiaries, and there's 4 of them, and let's just use they will receive 25% of that balance, and you know their marginal tax rate is federal 20%, state is 7%. So on that $100,000, they're in a 27% tax rate. So what this looks like is that the 4 heirs will receive $25,000. The tax on that money is $6,750 per heir, which net to the beneficiaries is $18,250. So Uncle Sam, of your $100,000, receive $27,000. You know, is this really what you intended to happen for your hard-earned money that your prospects work so hard for? Probably not. And so here, just to kind of give you a quick example of this, you know, $100,000 IRA, someone will receive income on that of $211,969 income. And upon their demise, the spouse will receive $223,860, and over the spouse's lifetime income, she'll receive $32,758. So this is the power of stretching the IRA. And so if an heir or your prospects wants their children or grandchildren to receive a check for years with their name on it, there is nothing more stronger than leaving a legacy to the heirs. So, as you can see, their starting value is $100,000. Transferred to the living spouse, $223,860. What's going to happen is, upon the remaining spouse's demise, each child in this example is going to receive $55,147. Well, as that money grows, the income, because there's age differences here from the children and grandchildren, as you can see, child 1, the income from that IRA is $113,506. Child 2 is $116,359. Grandchild 1 is $271,059, and grandchild 2, $271,059. When you really do the math and calculating here, the power of stretching this money over the lifetime expectancy, I don't know really where anything is any stronger than this right here. And so when you really look at it, the power of the multi-generation IRA, you know, without any multi-generation planning, the gross amount would be $220,586 minus the tax. The net would be $127,940. So with proper planning, and this is what I was talking about with my daughter, making sure that no matter what happens, my daughter has enough money to last her the rest of her life. The total is $771,983. So can you see the power of this, of being able to sit down with your prospect, being able to show, using a realistic scenario of how stretching, you know, starting out with $100,000, growing at a rate of return, and being, you know, passed from the spouse to the remaining spouse, from the spouse down to the children, to the grandchildren. Can you see with proper planning how strong setting up a properly structured multi-generation IRA will be? And I tell you right now, my biggest cases, my biggest clients who wanted safety, who wanted to make sure that their heirs were taken care of, came from me properly structuring and setting up a stretch IRA. So when you're doing our first appointment process, our second appointment process, showing these features and benefits of our products along with these concepts here of the stretch IRA, which I've showed you, there's nothing more stronger than what I'm showing you right here.